What's up everyone, welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. In today's video, we're going to take the Rapsodo MLM2PRO versus the Square Golf Launch Monitor and try to figure out which one you should buy. Now, there's a lot to talk about. We have pricing, we have features, we have usability, all kinds of things. One thing I'm going to do is encourage viewers, whether you're an owner of one of these or have used one of these, or maybe you're just doing research, feel free to comment below your thoughts on the units, as well as maybe if I missed something or you have some feedback regarding something I've said, feel free to share that below. I think that that's really useful to all the viewers, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with pricing. Both of these units actually start at $699 for an MSRP. I will say that the Square has a little advantage right now because if you look down in the description and pinned to the top of the comments, they've actually offered a discount code to my viewers. It's going to bring it down closer to $600, so it's a little substantial discount on this unit. And there's also some differences as far as subscription goes. So the Rapsodo MLM2PRO includes a $199 subscription the first year. You don't have to pay for that. It would be $199 per year moving forward, or $499 is now being offered as a lifetime subscription. Personally, I feel like you almost need that subscription for this unit because otherwise it won't give you spin access and you're not going to unlock all of the features of the unit. Versus the Square, it's a different approach. So the unit has a perpetual license that's going to give you access to their software, which is included for mobile, but also desktop. Rapsodo currently doesn't have desktop available. We'll dive into the software here in a second. But it actually is going to give you access to all of the data metrics, which includes some advanced club data metrics that the Rapsodo MLM2PRO actually doesn't offer. And we have to kind of break all of this down separately, so stay with me for a minute. But you're going to get full shot access to a practice range, approach shots, and this unit also does putting, so you can do putting practice as well, and no subscription needed for that. It does have something unique as far as course access goes. It only has 10 courses currently. They said they're adding more. It comes with 1,000 credits. So it's 1 credit for 1 user to play 1 round of 18 holes. Now, I did the calculation. It comes with 1,000 credits, which is like over 55 rounds. If you were to buy another 1,000 credits, it comes into like just under 50 cents a round per user. So the interesting part about Golf Simulator software play is, though, you don't need a subscription, and it actually includes free access currently to GSPRO. That's an actual official connection using their open API. Where Rapsodo MLM2PRO, if you have the subscription, you're going to have access to E6 and then also Awesome Golf. Now, as far as the native software goes, like I mentioned, you have mobile access plus desktop access. You only have mobile access currently on the Rapsodo MLM2PRO. Both of them have good ranges. I would say that Rapsodo has definitely stepped up their game as far as graphics go, utilizing newer hardware, the graphics capabilities. You know, it will recognize if it has a more powerful chip and heighten the graphic capabilities in detail. Make sure you check out those videos I've done on the recent software. It also includes like 40,000 plus courses. Their library is actually very in-depth, so if you're looking for more courses from the native software, it has the edge here on that for sure. Now let's talk about function of these two units. So they're actually both camera-based, but Rapsodo MLM2PRO is also radar-based. So you have 2 cameras in infrared on this unit, and then you actually have 2 cameras, infrared plus radar on the Rapsodo MLM2PRO. What stands that apart from the Square is that it's an indoor and outdoor capable unit. So the Square actually can only be used indoors, or if you want to use it on a mat outdoor in the shade, no direct sunlight, I have users that are doing that and it seems to be working fine, but no real grass, all right? And it doesn't need to be in any type of, or can't be in any type of sunlight, otherwise it could cause issues to the unit. Versus the Rapsodo MLM2PRO actually really kind of thrives outdoors. I've tested this unit. It sits behind the golfer and watches the ball, no marked ball needed. I'll talk about that in a second. And it actually does a great job tracking the ball with its built-in radar. So if you are looking to go indoors and outdoors, I'd have to say the Rapsodo MLM2PRO definitely has an advantage there. Now, it also has some really cool features that the Square doesn't. So it actually has impact vision. So it will use its infrared and camera to zoom in, and you can actually see the club hitting the golf ball. So I would say that that's a really nice feature to kind of see what's going on with the club. You can even see if it was like closed down or you hit fat, or even you can really kind of see where the ball hits on the club for the most part. It's a cool feature. And it also has another camera that you can use for built-in swing camera recording. And that's all kind of part of the subscription. I do think that, you know, it has a lot of value with its R-Cloud and everything, where you can actually store and share videos of your swing. There are some powerful features like that with this unit. Now, when it comes to data, both of them are providing a full range of ball data. So they both used marked balls, and I would say that Rapsodo currently probably has the advantage because it comes with a Callaway premium ball that I found actually to be really nice, but now they're offering this Pro V1 golf ball as well. You do need to use their specific patterns. I've verified with the manufacturers. That's very important. The included ball with square is a Korean designed, Chinese produced golf ball. I have tested this with a PGA professional that can hit ball speeds right on the dot. We hit some irons that he said, listen, this is going to be 125 mile per hour ball speed. And it was like 120, 121. And then when he grabbed up Pro V1, we put it on a GC quad, it was 124, 125. So it was really interesting to watch those speeds and how consistent they were. And we even did it side by side with square too, and it was saying the same ball speed difference. So it just shows you when you have a premium golf ball, it is going to make a difference. But let's talk about club data. So both of them are going to provide all the ball metrics you need to play full golf simulation. All right, now let's step back for 1 second. You need the subscription in order to have spin access, which is really going to give you the full features. So that's why I say you really need the subscription on Rapsodo MLM2PRO. Like I said, with the square, it's going to be reading and measuring that spin access, and you don't need it. So just something to point out there again. But when it comes to club data, the Rapsodo MLM2PRO is only doing club speed. All right, and I'm assuming it's doing that with its radar. Now it can do the calculation with the ball speed to come up with smash factor. That's really not a club metric in my opinion, just club speed. Now, Square gets interesting because it actually provides a bunch of club data using a sticker on the shaft of the club. Make sure you check out that video if you want to see that. It also includes a swing stick, which actually reads some club data, which is another interesting approach. You can actually play golf with this swing stick as well. Figured I'd save that for the club data portion. And you should see my first look video if you want to see the swing stick in action. But if you can't hit golf balls, I'd have to say this is an advantage. If you're like in an apartment, let's say, and you can only practice with the swing stick, but yet sometimes you take it over to a garage that you have and you can play golf simulation. I mean, there's just some different things. You could take it over a friend's house and you guys could just be doing a swing stick, round in an apartment, I mean, so it's unique on those factors, but it does some interesting things. It actually measures club path. It provides angle of attack, which I think it says is measured, and dynamic lie. But the face angle it provides is going to be a calculated number. And I think that's based on the other club data that it's measuring. Now, I haven't tested it significantly enough to see how accurate the club data is, but I think that it's enough, especially as far as path goes, where I've shown in my video, if I'm swinging out to in, it says out to in. If it's in to out, it says it's in to out. So I think that it's good there, and I tested it with the swing stick as well, and it was providing that similar data. So it does have club data, and it provides that. So it's unique as far as that goes. Now let's talk about placement of the unit. So this is a side unit. It sits just adjacent to the golf ball. If you're a shanker of the golf ball, you might want to be careful. You might want to buy a case for it. There are cases available, for this unit. If you want me to, share the information with you, I can, or I can put it down in the description. Where this sits behind the golfer, it's just an easier view and gives you dual dexterity without moving the unit. So if you were playing with a right and left-handed golfer, you'd have to place this on one side, move it to the other, make sure it's aligned, things along those lines. Both of the hitting zones, I kind of find them similar. This is like a 6-inch by 6-inch square, and if you look at the Rapsodo, especially when you set it behind and you use their alignment tool, which is pretty cool actually, it brings up a camera on your phone and you can just adjust the unit to make sure you're aligned to your target. I'd say that it's not much bigger. It might have a little advantage as far as hitting zone goes, but I would say that this takes advantage for dual dexterity for sure, having the unit placed behind the golfer. But being placed behind the golfer, and not actually having the view of the golf ball that this has lacks one thing. MLM2 Pro doesn't do putting, where the Square does. And I found that a lot of users actually are looking for putting. So this unit currently offers putting. I don't know if it's coming to Rapsodo MLM2 Pro, but I know that that's something that a lot of people talked about, is the ability for putting. Both of them, I think, do plenty capable short chipping. I've tested them both, pretty thoroughly. I would have to say that as far as accuracy goes, that I find the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro to have a very good range of accuracy throughout, especially when I was testing it outdoors. I even did it against GC Quad. Driver seems to be, pretty solid on this unit. I think that the Square might have a little weakness still as far as spin axis goes on driver. I just did an update video as far as the spin axis goes. Just need to pay attention to it. I saw some really good reads and I saw some very low spin axis on some that I thought had just a little more curvature to them, so we're going to pay attention to that. They've been updating firmware, but I will say that I even had a PGA professional testing this unit for me, and he's like, man, for the average golfer and the price, I could totally see, for full simulation golf, that being, plenty for most. Now, I will say as far as alignment goes, it's kind of unique. This has a built-in alignment stick you can use. I don't think it's necessary. And then this also has a built-in battery for portability, and so does the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. They both use USB-C connectivity, which I like. This battery is actually removable, which is unique. Now, if someone just wanted to get extra batteries, they don't need to worry about charging the unit, where you would need to charge the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro if it was going dead. So a couple little things to understand there. Connectivity, both of them are going to connect with Bluetooth, but the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro actually has Wi-Fi as well. But as far as connectivity goes, I've had success with both of them and no issues, even connecting to my computer or my phone. I know that Rapsodo MLM2 Pro, there were some people with connectivity issues out of the gate, but I think they've addressed most of those with firmware updates. And that's the thing you have to remember with any unit. As users provide feedback, a lot of these companies are very good about, providing updates and addressing anything along those lines. But I'll tell you what, between, all of the different features as far as, data goes, as far as pricing goes, as far as software that's included or access to, I think that's a pretty darn good breakdown for you guys that would hopefully narrow down which one you should buy. But let me know in the comments below. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. There'll be a lot more coming soon.